There's a scene in the movie Captain America Civil War where Tony Stark is sitting in Peter Parker's bedroom talking to him, and he asks him, "So what gets you out of that twin bed in the morning?" And what he's asking him is, what is motivating you to do what you're doing? All too often, we don't ask that question. We just simply get up and do things every day. Sometimes we do it because somebody told us to, because we feel like we have to, and sometimes we do have to do those things. True. But too often, we don't slow down to find out what gets us out of that twin bed in the morning. And of course, I'm not talking about a bed, I'm not talking about the morning. I'm talking about what motivates us. When we take the time to find out what that is, to ask ourselves what pushes our buttons, what brings us joy, what makes us motivated beyond just making money, beyond just paying bills, beyond just doing what other people tell us that we have to do. What gets us out of bed in the morning? When we start to figure that out, then we can start to choose the paths that get us to that thing more often. Maybe you do have to punch a clock all day long, but maybe when you get home, you get to do that thing that you really love to do most. Or maybe it's just on weekends, or maybe it's just a couple times a week or a couple times a month. But until you ask the question, what gets me out of bed in the morning, you'll never really be able to define what it is clearly, and you'll never be able to work toward it. You're just doing what other people expect you to do or tell you to do. This morning, it's before 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I woke up early because I had some things rolling around in my mind that I wanted to work on that get me excited, that motivate me. And so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go up to the office before church, a couple hours before church, and I'm gonna work on those things because those things got me out of my twin bed in the morning. Do I always know exactly where all these things are gonna lead or how they all connect? No. But each time that I spend more time figuring out what these things are and defining them more clearly, I get closer and closer to each of my days being at least partially or completely filled with things that bring me joy, that take me toward what I really want to do with my day, with my week, with my month, and ultimately with my life. I hope this connects with somebody, but no matter where you are in life, no matter what you're doing on a daily basis, I encourage you to press pause and ask yourself, what gets me out of this twin bed in the morning? And start putting some definition on that and figure out how you can start doing a little more of that each day. You'll be glad you did, and you might be surprised at how it might take you to places you never thought of. It might change your direction of your days and your weeks, but no matter what, you're gonna end up somewhere that you love because you're chasing what gets you out of bed in the morning.